and tall. Yeah, take any movements that you need in your neck, your shoulders, let that feel good. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes, of course. And take a deep breath in. Fill up your lungs. Let them expand. And a long exhale all the way out to get empty. Maybe do that a few more times just to let your body settle, let your mind settle. Or just start to become a little bit more present about the things that are happening within the four corners of your mat. So maybe notice how you're physically feeling. Are you feeling like energized? Are you feeling at ease? Maybe even a little tired? Maybe lessening the attachment of meaning to whatever it is or whatever state you're in. And so just observe it. So switching from that need to react to a place where you can just observe. If even for a moment or a breath or two. Again, take a deep breath in. A long exhale to empty. Slowly start to drop your chin towards your chest. Roll your right ear over to the right. Back through center, and then left ear over to the left. We're going to build on that in a few different ways. And take your chin back through center. Roll your right ear over to the right, and then reach your left hand away from that sensation. And then if you want, maybe you start to draw your chin down towards your chest, but keep your head leaning over towards the right side. Or maybe you start to lift your chin up. And just find like all those little areas. We all hold tension in different places. So maybe if you find that spot, you're like, oh, that's it. You pause and you stay. Take a breath in. Long breath out. And bring your left hand back to your lap or onto your thighs. And then your chin comes back through center. Roll your left ear over to the left. Same idea, but reach your right hand away. And then find movement if that feels right. Find that spot that's just asking for a little bit more release, a little more breath. You might pause there. And let your hand return, chin back to the center of your chest, and then lift the top of your head up. Maybe even start to lift your chin up just for a moment. Open the front of the throat. And then come back to neutral. Shrug your shoulders up. Draw them back and let them fall down. Do that one more time. Inhale, let them lift. Draw them back and down. And take your arms out like a T, a breath in. And then start to take your hands behind your low back, palm over palm, just for a moment. And then bring both hands over to your right hip. So your left arm is like wrapping around your low back. Take a breath in. You can even take your right hand to press onto your left hand to keep it in place there. A breath in to sit up taller. And then again, drop your chin to the center of your chest. Nothing else changes other than your right ear drawing over to the right, even if it's just like an inch, maybe even less. Another way to find that stretch, maybe you lift the chin up and then draw it down. Feel free to take any more movements outside of that feel good here. And when you're ready, chin back to your chest, lift the top of your head, release for a moment. Take your arms out like a T, and then wrap your right arm on top of the left, like you're giving yourself a hug, and inch your fingertips towards your shoulder blades, just a little bit closer. Take a breath in to broaden the chest and lift the chin. And then exhale. If you want, think like cat in the upper back. Round your upper back and draw your chin towards your chest. And almost use your fingertips to pull that space apart in between your shoulder blades. And then sit back up, open the arms nice and wide. And then again, palm over palm on your low back. So this time, take that over to the left hip. And just over to the left. Maybe open that right hand enough to press your left palm on top of that. So just like keep it in place, sit up tall on the inhale. And then drop your chin to your chest, roll left ear over to the left. Almost done in a seat here. So find movement if that makes sense. Find that spot that might be feeling stagnant, stuck. Just need a little bit more love, a little more attention, a little more breath. And when you're ready, chin back to center, lift the top of your head up, arms out like a T, let that feel good. And then left arm on top of the right, inch your fingertips. And then take a breath in, lift the chin. And then exhale, chin towards your chest and slightly round. Can you pull that space apart? Sit up nice and tall, open the arms wide again, take a breath in. And just bring your hands together right in front of your chest. Pausing here. Can you sit up even taller? Can your chest broaden on the inhale? Open up your mouth on the exhale. So nice. Bring yourself to hands and knees, tabletop pose. With that space you've created in the neck, in the shoulders, hopefully, keep that sense of space. So try not to bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Can you keep both sides of the neck long? So maybe it's that cue of thinking your bottom tips of your shoulder blades drawing down your back. And then keeping that, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So that might mean that you keep your knees bent so you can keep drawing the shoulder blades down your back, like defying gravity, but really turning the shoulders on. Maybe even take the feet a little bit wider, bend the knees a little more. Take a big breath in and out. Shake the head, yes and no. Create a little bit more space. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Land in that forward fold. Again, let your head drop. Maybe shake it, yes. Or no. And then one vertebra at a time as you bend your knees even more here. Slowly roll bone by bone all the way up to standing. Flip your palms forward. Again, shrug the shoulders as you inhale. Open your mouth. Find that ease. Do that one more time. Shrug the shoulders up. Create a little more tension, and then really feel it release as you exhale. Now keep that space. Sweep the arms out and up. Breath in. And then exhale, soften through the knees. Fold forward, bowing the chest. Take your halfway lift. Look to the top of your mat. And then walk your hands back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in to rise up to your toes. And then exhale to drop your knees down into tabletop. Inhale to lift the heart, find cow. And exhale, press into your hands, round your back, drop your head back to neutral. Walk the hands up your thighs. You'll rise up onto your knees. Sweep the arms out and up, breath in. Right hand to your left wrist and lean over to the right. Back up through center, breathe in. And then switch, left hand to right wrist, lean to the left. Back up through center, step your right foot forward, finding a lunge. Now reach up with both hands. Again, right hand to your left wrist, lean over to the right. So a different, even deeper stretch in the left side, left hip. Rise up, take an inhale. And then bring your hands inside of your right foot. Let them land in lizard. Now rock the chest forward. Can you lift the heart? Think about keeping that space in the neck. And then exhale, pull the hips back enough just to pick the right toes up. Doesn't have to be super big. And then do that one more time, rock forward, lift the chest. Exhale, pull it back. Now rock forward, tuck the back toes this time, lift the knee. Spin that heel down and just look over to the left. You're gonna parallel your feet and come right into a wide leg forward fold, facing the side of your mat. Take a halfway lift. And exhale, soften the knees, bow the chest, fold. Again, halfway lift, breathe. Maybe even open the mouth, fold. Let something go. Maybe shake the head, yes and no. Roll the shoulders, that feels good. Now it's your halfway lift first. Start to bring your heels in, let your toes point out. And the idea is stacking your knees over your ankles as you rise up, coming into goddess pose, sometimes called horse pose. Hands onto your thighs here, and then just start to lift the chest, broaden through the collarbones. Think about the bottom tips of your shoulder blades drawing down. Take a full inhale. Maybe then hands to your heart, sink a little lower. Now stand up, parallel the feet again. Sweep the arms out and up, take a deep breath in, you rise. And then start to find warrior two facing the front of your mat. Right knee will bend. Reverse your warrior, right hand rises on the inhale. And then exhale, forearm to your thigh, left arm over your ear, side angle. Again, inhale, reverse it. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, low runner's lunge. You'll just frame your right foot. Pick the back heel up. And your left hand will stay. Right arm will rise, you twist. Take a breath in. Reach the right hand forward and let it land back on the ground. Drop your left knee down. Coming right back up to that lunge, you'll rise up with that knee stays on the ground. This time, hook the thumbs overhead, elbows wide, lift the chest. Do you feel the upper back work slightly to open through the front? And then come back to neutral. Bring right knee next to the left. Walk your hands forward. into a plank, but on your knees. Take a breath in. Lower all the way down to your mat. Take the hands out a little wider, tent them. Lift the chest. Find wide cobra on the inhale. And then dip your left shoulder forward, look to the right. As you exhale. Inhale back up through center. Right shoulder forward, look left. Back through center, breathe in. Forehead finds the ground. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Press back to child's pose. Pause here. Take a breath in. Long breath out. And then you'll shift back forward, hands and knees. Stay here and lift the heart. Breath in for cow. And then exhale, round your upper back. Drop your head, cat. Back to neutral for a moment, and then walk your hands up your thighs. You'll rise up onto your knees. All on the other side. We take that. Sweep the arms out and up. Breathe in to rise. And it's your left hand to your right wrist first, and then lean over to the left. Inhale back up through center. Switch and lean over to the right. Back up through center. Now you get to step the left foot forward into that lunge. And then switch, left hand or right wrist, reach up first. And then exhale, lean over to the left. Pause here for a moment. Breathe in and out. And then you'll rise back up. Bring your hands inside the left foot here, finding that lizard pose. Let it be yours as you rock it forward and lift the chest. Exhale to pull the hips back and lift the left toes up. Do that again. Inhale, rocks you forward. And then exhale, pulls you back. And then you come forward, but tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Spin the heel down first. And then it's that wide leg forward fold facing the right side of your mat. Parallel the feet. Halfway lift, breathe in. Open your mouth, fold. Again, halfway lift. And fold. This time, really enjoy that time to shake out the head, yes and no, to let gravity do a little more work. Find your halfway lift when you're ready. Heels in, toes out, bend your knees, rise up to goddess. Take a breath in. This time, reach the arms up and overhead, a little different. And then maybe start to grab opposite forearms above your head. Maybe even lean over to the right. And then inhale back up through center. And then lean over to the left. So the legs don't change. It's really just the upper body. And then inhale, rise, straighten the legs, parallel the feet, reach the arms overhead. And then it's warrior two to the front of your mat. Your left knee will bend. Inhale, reverse it. Left hand rises. Exhale, side angle, forearm to your thigh. Again, inhale, draw it back. And then exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And then bring your hands down to frame your left foot. Your back heel is lifted. Readjust the foot if you need to. And then your left hand will rise. You find that twist. Feel that stretch in the outer hip. And then you reach the left hand back forward, let it land. Your right knee returns to the ground. Reach both arms high. Take a breath in. Hook the thumbs, elbows wide, and lift the chest. So again, the back muscles turn on. You feel the sternum rise, maybe even the chin rises. And you'll slowly come back to center. Left knee comes to meet the right. Release that and walk your hands forward. This time, find downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips up and back. Take a breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, clear it out. And then maybe even taking the feet a little wider, bend the knees a little more, and walk your hands back towards your feet. Right into a halfway lift. Breathe in, lengthen. And exhale, fold, bow down. And press through your feet, sweep the arms up, stand up and rise. Bring your hands to your heart center here. Now shift the weight into the left foot. Find tree pose. Right foot to your inner calf, your inner thigh, or just a kickstand on the ground, your choice. Hands can come to your heart, stay there. Or if you'd like a little more heart opening here, arms can come out like a T. And then grab opposite forearms or palm over palm behind your low back. Stay here for 3 rounds of breath. Can you steady your gaze on one non-moving point in front of you? And maybe for the last inhale, you reach your hands up and overhead. And then exhale, stamp the right foot back on the ground. Both arms down along your sides for a moment on 2 feet. Shrug the shoulders, breathe in. Open the mouth, find that ease. And then you'll shift to the other side. Left foot, draw it up, just above or below the knee, never on the knee. And either hands to your heart or taking that clasp behind you. Again, 3 rounds of breath. Maybe you even just focus on the 4 corners of your right foot, rooting into the mat right below you. And on your last inhale right here, maybe your arms reach up, maybe even look up. And then stamp the left foot down. Take a moment to pause. Again, take a big inhale. Maybe you shrug the shoulders and then feel that tension release. Sweep the arms out and up. You'll rise and then sit back into chair pose. Your one and only. Promise. Take a breath in right here. And then a little bit of flow. Tip the chest forward, sweep the arms back like wings. 2 more times with that. Inhale to rise back up. Exhale, tip forward and sweep, maybe even play with balance, picking the heels up. And then drop them down, sweep the arms high. Tip forward, sweep the arms back, maybe heels lift. Now stand all the way up, hook thumbs overhead, elbows wide, lift the chest. And soften the knees to fold one last time. Halfway lift, breathe. Walk the hands back to that downward facing dog. Your last down dog. So take what you need. Maybe it's rocking the hips side to side, pedaling out the feet. And when you're ready, rise up to your toes. Drop back down to tabletop. Inhale to lift the heart for cow. And then exhale, press into your hands, round your upper back, and find cat. Drop the head. And then it's back to neutral. Shift the weight forward, plank on your knees. And then see if you can slowly lower for 3, 2, 1. Toes point back, elbows stack over wrists as you take the hands wide. And then take a breath in to lift through the chest. This time, right shoulder forward, look to the left. Inhale, back up through center. Left shoulder forward, look to the right. Now it's back up through center on the inhale. And let your forehead land on your mat. So one more belly back bend here, we call them. You're gonna take your arms down along your sides. Palms will face down, your toes will point back. I want you to press down through the tops of your feet right away. So you feel the legs start to work a little bit more. And we need to keep that work and then start to keep your hands down on the ground. Lift your chest, your shoulders, and your head. So it's not about how high you lift up. It's about how long you can be as you find locust pose. Now you can stay here or float the hands, your choice. Take a full breath in to stay. Big breath out. One more inhale. Think about going for length rather than lift. And then exhale, right ear can come down to the ground. Let the arms go, let the shoulders relax. Let the legs relax. Take a breath in. Again, maybe open your mouth. Flip your left ear to the ground. Keep things slightly even. One more round of breath. Inhale. Full exhale. And then just take your forehead to the ground for a moment, or take hands palm over palm underneath your forehead if that helps. And then bend both knees and windshield wiper your lower leg side to side. Even like your pelvis, feel that shift side to side. Like windshield wipers. And then slowly start to let that release. So we're going to take one more thing, opening through the front of the chest. Hopefully it will be helpful. Take your arms out like a T, like straight out from your shoulders. And your palms will face down. I want you to start with this. Now you can bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder and keep that right arm where it is. Opportunity to move it. I just want to start here. So it's straight out from your shoulder, like a half T, right? And I want you to start to roll, press into your left hand, roll onto your right side. And you can stack the legs. If you want a little bit more, you can bend that left knee and maybe take a little bit of a twist. So it's a way that you can get into that right shoulder muscle. Let the head drop. And if you need to back off from that, just roll closer towards your belly, where you started. If you want to intensify or need a little more, just roll away from your left hand. Let the weight of your head stay heavy. You're just here for 3. Last 2. Last 1. You'll slowly come back onto your belly. Take left arm long. Back out like a T. Take a moment of pause. Breath in. Long breath out. And then you'll just switch. Right hand under your right shoulder. Roll onto your left side. Either stacking the legs, or if it feels okay in the pelvis, in the low back, maybe bending that right knee and just taking the foot, or the big toe for me, onto the ground behind you. Again, keep the weight of your head heavy so you can find a little more release, some softening. Big inhale, long exhale. One more round of breath on your own. And you'll slowly come back to center. And start to come up to hands and knees just for a moment, tabletop pose. If you want any lateral movement here, side to side, take it. Think of that C curve to the right and the left. And then find a seat. Swing your legs around in front of you. Taking your right shin in front of the left, sitting up nice and tall. Breathe it in to reach up. And then exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind you. Breath in to sit up taller. Breath out to look over your right shoulder. And then sit back up, take a breath in, look to the front. Drop both hands down just for a moment. Draw your chin to your chest. One last time, right ear over to your right shoulder. And then bring your right hand to the top of your head rather than only pressing down. I want you to press down slightly, but then press your head back up into your palm. And then if you need to move where your chin is to find that spot one last time, or maybe it's even movement with breath. We're here for 3. Last 2. And last 1. Just slowly release. Sit up nice and tall. Take a moment of pause as you inhale. Open your mouth. And then switch. Left shin in front of the right. Sweep the arms out and up. Sit up tall. And then exhale, twist to the left. Look over your left shoulder to deepen. And then face the front. Sweep both hands high for a moment. And then bring your hands down to your knees, chin to your chest. Roll left ear over to the left. Stay or left hand to the top of your head, that tiny little tug, but then the pressing of your head back up into your hand. Find movement if you need it. Stay for 3. Use your breath to soften. Last 2. Last 1. Gently release. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath into your nose. Clear it out. And make sure you have enough space behind you. Take the legs nice and long. Give them a shake. And you'll make your way onto your back. Make sure you take what you need, any props to set yourself up. Arms down along your sides, palms face up. As you inhale, expand. And again, open your mouth, let your lips part. Let the breath pour out. Close the eyes. Let this be your moment of rest. And allow your next breath to be just a little bit bigger than the last. Just invite a little more movement in your fingers and your toes. A rock of the head, so slow, side to side. On your own time, bend your knees. And roll to the side of your choice. And press yourself up to a seat. Sitting up nice and tall, big breath in. Long breath out. You can bring your hands together back in front of your heart. Take a moment of pause to honor yourself again for showing up. And bring your thumb tips to the center of your forehead, letting this practice be a time where you can cultivate a little more kindness to yourself. You can share that kindness in your own way with others. Namaste. Happy Monday.
You as well.
Thank you. I hope that was helpful for the neck and the head. I tried to sprinkle things.
Yeah, it definitely
throughout.
is super tight there. So that felt really good. It hurt, but felt good.
Yes. Yeah. And it's also, I like to offer a few different ways of doing just that,